Folks, Les with Lescom here. Today I'll be cracking open a Bearcat 980. I was excited when I heard that Uniden was going to be coming out with a new sideband radio, but so far I've been very disappointed with it. For one thing, haven't been able to put one on 10 meters yet. And of course there is no schematic on this radio anywhere. Contacted Uniden and requested a service manual for it, and they would not provide one. So we're on our own. I'm going to be taking the covers off of this one and digging into it and see what I can find. I have tried to convert two others earlier by using the processor, by modifying the processor, writing different programs for the processor, and so far have been unsuccessful. But third time's the charm. As soon as I figure out something, all of you will know. Okay, I'll be back. Folks, welcome to Lescom. Well, told you I was going to mess around with this thing. I want to put it on 10 meters. I haven't been successful in getting it on 10 meters. However, I have got it to go to the free band. Right now it's showing 26,965, where you can see the counter. When I key the radio, you see channel 1 is 27,305. Okay, that's on channel 1. And it goes up to, on channel 40, goes up 27,755. So, it's not exactly like I want it yet. I still got some more programming and tinkering to do, but the Bearcat 980 SSB has been cracked. 27,755. You saw it first here on Lester's Custom Truck Shop, Lescom. Okay, I'm going to keep playing with it, and I'll be back. Okay. See that diode right there? That's the varactor. That little guy right there. Now, he don't move around very much, and they're using really tiny SMT connections. So I'm going to try to put an SV251 in place of that guy to give us a little more slide on the clarifier. The varactor that's in there now, when you try to go up to 8 volts with it, it just goes nuts, and the crystal quits oscillating. So I'm going to try to do that. If I'm successful, we'll see what the results are. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, the fine-tune clarifier only receives voltage when we're in receive. When you go to transmit, it gets disconnected. Therefore, it doesn't work in transmit. See that opening right there in that connector? I took that wire out of that connector right there. It's this wire right here. And I hooked it up to 8 volts constant. So now our clarifier works both receive and transmit, both fine tune and coarse tune. This thing is set up like the old Cobra 2000 coarse and fine tune clarifiers, of course. Come on, focus. Gotta hate video cameras, but you gotta have them. But anyway, by putting that voltage there where it's constant on transmit and receive, then both the coarse and fine-tune clarifier work. And get rid of both those damn wires, those loops coming out of the board. Just get rid of them and take out RT351. That's the transmit adjustment. That's the same thing as cutting diodes or whatever in the other radios. Get rid of that, and you'll disable that circuit. Okay, and if you put 8 volts on that wire that's in the third pin from the left, from the red wire, remove that pin from the connector and connect it directly to 8 volts. Okay, that's the two main things. Remove RT351, take the third wire out of the connector, and connect the wire itself to 8 volts. See, I got it running over to the voltage regulator over here on the side. Alright, and if you put the if you just use the variactor that's in there, once you slide the voltage all the way up, once it gets above about 6.75 to 7 volts, then the variactor goes into distress, I would call it. The capacitance changes so drastically that the crystal won't oscillate. Alright, so what I've done is parallel the crystal with an SVC 251. Alright, that moved our slide down a little bit, and it keeps it from going nuts, you know, when you put the 8 volts on it. But I'm still not happy with the slide, so what I'm going to do is try to get rid of the variactor that's still in there. I had piggybacked it with the SVC 251 just to see if it would work. It does work. Doing that though is a real pain because they're so tiny. The runs are just so tiny. You have to be extremely careful. Okay, I'll be back. Got a little white powder on there so I could get the part number to show up. See if I can see it better from here. Nah. Get that magnifying glass up out of the way. I don't know if this damn thing's going to focus on it well enough to get it or not. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just read the numbers off. The top number is D78F as in Frank. I think that's a 0. 483. So D is in Delta, 78 Foxtrot, 0483 is the top number. The bottom number is either an I, L, or 1, 226, Echo Mike 428. And it looks like the last 3 letters down there are either MYS or MVS. Hard to tell. But anyway, that's the processor. And this little guy right here is the oscillator for the processor. And it's hard as all get out, as you can imagine, to get my clip to connect to this tiny little IC, because the leads are so small. They really mean for you not to do anything to it. But like I said before, I'm kind of hard-headed, so I'm going to keep messing with it, see what else I can get it to do. Alright, I'll be back. Okay folks, I just ran into a roadblock on our 980 venture. See that area right there? CD 553. That's part of the VCO. And as you can see, there's no adjustment. So the highest frequency this particular radio will go 28,169. Well, that might be, yeah, see, anything above that, it unlocks. So what a shame. Let's see just how far up it'll go. Not very far. I was doing that with the clarifier. But there you have it, 28,173. That's it. Unless I can figure out some way to put an adjustment in the VCO circuit, we're pretty much stuck. The VCO frequency can be seen there at test point 302. You know, it's the 16 megahertz signal. I tried adjusting this can, and this can, which I believe all to be transmit cans. I'm not sure about that. None of them had an effect on the VCO. None at all. And of course these two up here are the frequency adjustments for the sideband and AM, which I thought was kind of weird that they got both sidebands on one adjustment. But seems to work. Well, there you have it. Unless I can figure out how to get this damn thing where it will, the VCO will expand on up. I may try to replace D353 with like a super diode or something, but I realize most folks won't have one of those. But in my personal opinion, if you've got the option to buy something besides this, buy it. Avoid this damn thing. Even if I am able to figure out the programming, it's not going to do much good if the VCO won't track it. And you know, the front panel is just full of resistors, and I've only tried fooling with a few of them. But you know, I've already zapped two of these things. This is the third one, and that gets to be kind of expensive. So I'm going to quit fooling with the processor, since I've got this much figured out, and you know, without some kind of adjustment for the VCO, we're just screwed. But I think that was their intent. They don't want you to be able to modify the VCO or adjust it for anything but the CB band. There again, and I'm not real impressed with the radio anyway. You know, if anything goes wrong in it, unless you have a micro min set, complete with magnifying glasses and tiny soldering irons and the like, nobody's going to be able to work on the damn thing. I realize most of them are going to SMT, but most of the SMT stuff is big enough that you can work on with just a magnifying glass, but this stuff here is extremely difficult to work on with just a magnifying glass. Alright, that's where we're at. Haven't given up on it yet, but I am going to take a break. It's kind of hard to figure this crap out without a schematic. So if you run across a schematic, please keep me in mind. Alright, 7 3s. Hello folks, welcome to Lester's Custom Truck Shop. I'm still playing with the Bearcat 980. As you can see, I managed to get an FC 390 to work with it. And I've got a low band, a high band, and the regular CB band. See that switch over there on the side with it in the center position? We're on regular 40 channels. Okay, touch up the clarifier a little bit. I'll have to go in and touch that up. Let's see. Touchy. Okay. Like I said, this is the regular CB channels. And that buzzing noise you hear, that's the computers here in the workshop. Generating spurious emissions, they're called. Alright, if I push it away from me, push this side switch away from me, that gives us our low channels. Gives us our high channels. It covers some of the same CB channels, 30 to 40, so you lose 10 of the upper ones. But it goes up to 755. Okay. If I pull the switch towards me, we wind up, what is that, channel 7? Anyway, it starts at 26,585 and goes up to 27,015. The clarifier, the fine tune and coarse tune both move transmit now. Let's see. Wonder if I can do this with one hand. Alright, we're transmitting now. I'm rolling the fine tune clarifier. Oops, I didn't show that to you. I'm busy watching the counter myself and not watching what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm just turning the fine tune control. Okay, I'm going to move it back up. I think my finger quit slipping all the way up. And come on. Alright, there's center. Okay, and it starts 26,585. Alright, push it back. CB band, uppers. Okay. Need to go in and adjust that, don't I? There's 40. Okay. So 27,305, 27,755, normal CB, and the lowers 26,585 to 27,015. 4. Okay, I'm not done yet. Still playing with it. Like I said, I got the clarifier. We're both a fine, of course, tuned move transmit, and got the FC390. Figured out where the connection points were inside the radio. So, cause this thing right here, when you add the extra channels, it's garbage. You know, there's the high frequency. What does it say? It says we're still on 27405. It's just a display like it is in the Cobra 29s. Okay, I'll be back with more later.